In this video, I'm going to talk about setting up the home page for your WordPress site. Now, WordPress has a lot of options for this, and sometimes that can get a little bit confusing for clients to understand. So let's look at some of the basic options first, and then we'll move into more sophisticated uses of the home page. Now, by the home page, we basically mean when people go to your domain, what are they going to see? By default, WordPress has blog posts showing. So here's our home page for the default theme that we've set up here, and there's our first few blog posts are showing up there. Now I can change that. If I want an actual page to show up instead of blog posts, all I have to do is go into my dashboard here, go down to Settings, and we're going to find Reading. What I do here is I go Front Page Displays. What is the front page going to display? And here's our options. Right now, by default, it says your latest posts. Here's where I can choose a static page. And what I do is I choose from my drop-down menu any available pages. I can choose literally anything to be my home page. In fact, let's choose the All About Us. And we save our changes. And when we go back to here, and I go to webdesigners.shortordersites. Here we go. Now it shows the All About Us page. And there you go. I can switch it. I can move it around. I could create a special page called Home, of course, and choose that. This other setting here, by the way, Posts page, if you do have a blog running on the website, you can then assign those latest posts to a particular page. You could create a page called blog or something like that, and as soon as you assign it to there, it will show just the latest blog posts. But there are other options for working with your home page. For example, if you're setting up a new site and you don't want people to see it, you want to see a splash page or a coming soon page instead, there's a very nice, elegant option for that in WordPress. All we need to do is create a special file. And I've got one set up here for us. I'm calling it home.php. That's the name it needs to be, and you'll see why in a moment. And what I've done is I've just given it some basic SEO stuff, the title, the description, meta tag, and just some basic wording here. I'll talk about some other ways to do one of these coming soon pages in a moment, but this is very, very basic. So we've got home.php. Let's go and upload it, and I'll show you where. So here, of course, we have on the left side our hard drive and our server on the right. I'm going to go into our theme here, and I'm going to take home.php and I'm going to upload it into the theme. Now, WordPress is going to see this home.php, and if we switch back over to our website here, now before we do this, we're going to have to go back and change our settings, because this home.php page will only work if it's in the default mode of showing your latest posts. Remember, we had set a specific static page. Now we're going to put it back to showing the latest posts. And now that we've done that, WordPress is going to look for that home.php. If it doesn't find it, then it'll show the blog post. But in this case, it's going to find home.php, and there it's going to display our coming soon page. So that's all you have to do is drop in that one file and you instantly have a coming soon page. It's very handy. In fact, I've done this before on sites where we're building WordPress behind an existing site. All you do is in home.php, you put all the HTML for the original site, the existing site, just put that in home.php, drop it in there, and it will display the existing site while you're working on WordPress in the background. It's a very, very powerful tool that you can use. And of course, you'd be better to create, here's a good example of a coming soon page where you would actually have a bit of information about what's coming, maybe try to gather some names and addresses and so forth. In other words, you don't want it to be this plain, but you get the idea of what you can do with it. And again, if I go back, and I erase this, let's just delete it completely. Yes, indeed. And we go back here and we refresh the page. Now we're back to our regular blog. So it's that fast and that simple to switch around. So those are a few of the options you've got, one of the many options you've got for working with a home page.